close in and kill.
What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 27 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Karl Franz campaign. So as we saw last time, Peter von Sigurd got himself into a little bit of a scuffle with the Skaven outside Magritta, destroying the two transform armies here, or rather damaging them pretty darn heavily. It was a pretty interesting fight with the run-and-gun army trying to keep away from the Skaven and leading half their army around while destroying the rest. I do still have to apply quite a bit of care when making use of this army, but it is very fun to play if very, very micro-intensive. Anyway, we're going to siege the place, and before I forget, we'll probably want to, yes, okay, build our siege equipment, and then take out Magritta next turn, and then get the Temple of Myrmidia, which is located there. At least the Talabeklanders will be happy about it. Anyway, in terms of what else we got to do this turn, well, we got money to spend, so building. Recruiter, let's move everybody else around. Wolfram, just gotta end the turn and then fight some orcs. We're gonna hold off, I think, on attacking Karak Hearn, mostly because, look, there's another full stack here, and it's in march stance, so it seems like they're heading there. And if we can avoid fighting this little dwarfen faction unnecessarily, and we can, well, we'd probably prefer to. Even though I don't like keeping Wolfram there, just standing there. Anyway, Nud Van Hessel, to you will be recruiting shortly, yes, and you can unmarch stance yourself there, buddy. Leonard Holtz, yes, that's you. Tech Thief. Maybe move north and steal some tech. No, not that. Steal some tech. Not from Lewin. He won't appreciate it. Alrighty, these guys. One of you go find some elves, the other one of you go find some humans. Alright, good. Rupert Puttkamer, you are supposed to be following Karl Franz around, so you can do so. And lastly, Mark Huss, just trying to get through all these heroes quite quickly. You are trying to join Peter's army, so away you go. And actually, while we're here, Bill Bali, we were going to trade you to these guys. Let's see how much you're worth to them.
It is always a pleasure to
31. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We were going to see if they were able to hold on to Montenas, and it does look like they will. So let's trade it to them. Trade agreement, definitely. How much money would you give us for this? Oh, that's it? Oh, they're poor. Damn. Well, that's a shame. Let's get a defensive alliance rather than a military, and we still have 10.2 points to play around with. Let's say join war against Bellacour. 4.9, alright. Let's say also join war against Nakari. 1.8, alright, that's perfect. And we'll get a little bit of money because the others don't. There's not really much of a point in having you join the wars against the others. I mean, I guess, but meh. And there we go. We'll probably do a military axis relatively soon as well, especially once that climbs a little bit higher. Lovely. And this way we won't have to build up and build Bali, although watch it just get taken out by a Chaos Rebellion. Then I guess we could always go back and then retake it and get some money out of them. Yeah, alright. Well, let's see who else needs to move, and then let's fight some orcs once we're done with this turn. Rest of you look good. We'll hold off on applying those skill points because it's not looking like there's a fight imminent. Let's do Vineyard here in Eschen, and let's also do Industry. Gotta get more money. Castle Baston, let's go for paved roads, buff everything up around you. Money here as well. Let's also upgrade the farms here at Zufar. Northern Sylvania. I think we can delete this wall now. It's probably unlikely that the place is going to be all that in danger anytime soon, and we can build the Weaving House, and I guess we can upgrade Fort Oberstyre. Yes. Alrighty, next up, Barrows of Quila. We don't need to do anything about you, at least until we figure out where we want to trade you. Now let's do the town here at Aquitaine. And let's get some, not weaving houses, but rather in the more so valley orchards. Northern Grey Mountains, we are ignoring you for now, and that's pretty much it. I was hoping to start recruiting the Knights Panther this turn, but it looks like we'll wait until next turn. Instead, because these guys cost so much to recruit right now, and we'll start on the Flagellants. We might as well. I mean, I guess we could do 2 of these guys. They will keep us from moving, though. I guess we could do 2 now and then the other 4 later, but why not? Let's do that. Just so that we have some available. It's not like they're going to cost us all that much. in terms of upkeep because they're a nude's army. And 6 will be sufficient for his force, at least for now. We'll probably do something like 8 before the end sort of force is decided upon, and I'm still not entirely sure what exactly is going to be in this army, other than piles upon piles of Knights Panther. But we shall see. Anyway, other than that, I do believe we're good. We've spent our money, we've moved the folks around. I guess we're heading to Karakungor. Oh, wait. Well, let's take a look here, and you know what we can do while we're at it? Let's get another patrol captain with halberdiers, because Peter doesn't have one. He only has the patrol captain of handgunners. And while the halberdiers aren't really useful to him per se, he can use them at least temporarily as a melee unit. Also, he has kind of garbage items. Have we gotten any better items we could give him? I don't... Yeah, he can keep Goblin Blade. Or Goblin Bane, rather. Which is fine, at least for now. We may swap that out to something else later. He doesn't really need a Helm of Discord. He's not really fighting in melee all that often. I'd rather not waste it. And yeah, there's not much else in the way of items. I guess we could give him a Talisman of Protection. But on the other hand, this should probably go to one of our melee fighty lords. You know what? Yeah, he has what he has. Let's keep it at that. Let us, however, give him his point. Rally, and then we can get Sharpshooter soon, which is a pretty massive buff, reload time reduction and missile strength, as well as extra missile resistance, all of which would be very helpful for this particular army. Alright, let's take our research, which I believe I said last episode was going to be continuous production for the income from industry, as we're building industry everywhere, in addition to the construction costs for all buildings, especially for the special buildings, which are going to be quite expensive. Now, skip that, skip that, skip that. Let's end the turn, and let's see if these guys attack. I didn't give you your patrol captain with handgunners, did I? Nah, I'll just do it next time. I'm sure he'll survive without it. It'll just be a little bit more dangerous. But, wait, what? Wait, what? How did they... No, an underway interception, but we'll fight this in a second, but... Did that force just leave Magritta? I feel like I'm going completely insane. I swear I just saw a force that leave a city while under siege. Is that something that's been added that I wasn't aware of? That if you don't blockade the port, they can just leave the city? Is that what's happening here? I genuinely don't understand what happened there. Is it an SFO thing? Is it a non-SFO thing? I gotta try that again. It might just be a situation I've personally never encountered, where the enemy tries to leave via the sea. And I'm only assuming that they left via the sea. Because... oh, yeah, wait. I think we saw that they had movement to... You know what? We'll check after this. I'm very distracted right now. And I'm very curious, but we gotta fight these trolls because it looks fun. Alright, here we go. We may have just recently fought the orcs at Blackfire Pass, but Karl has not had enough orky slaying as yet. I don't imagine this is going to be too much trouble, especially now that we have some proper artillery in Karl's army, but who knows, maybe the trolls can dish out some damage as well. Now, the enemy is deployed relatively close to us, so they will be here fairly quickly. Granted, we could have deployed further back as well, but this was about the range of the artillery. As in, just about max range, which is why they fired right away. Could have deployed just a tiny bit back, but who cares? I really don't see how these guys are going to possibly cause too much damage to us, especially because they can't get around us. This is a pseudo-underway... Actually, no, this is an interception, so it is an underway battle. Yeah, they can't get around the flanks of our army. which is going to be a big problem for them. They're going to charge in some spider riders towards our greatswords, and we're going to charge through the ranks of our own greatswords with our Reiksguard as well. Karl is also floating around, waiting for the enemy lord to move just a little bit closer so that we can hunt him down. Karl's pretty darn good at killing these lords. And there we go. The Spider Riders should really be getting out of here because they're not going to stand too much of a chance against the Reiksguard. Enemy army is starting now to get closer, though. Let's see. They've probably taken a decent amount of damage by now. 400 units lost so far and about to increase. And they're just reaching our lines of handgunners, and soon we'll be reaching the bordermen, rather, instead. Or as well, I should say, and damn it. Oh, Sunmake, oh no, please stop that, please don't do that. Oh, you really gotta be careful with that unit. It's even worse than mortars about targeting your own units. But yeah, gotta purposely retarget it to stuff, and especially stuff that can't disappear because it goes back into stock, or else it'll suddenly switch targets, and it'll obviously pick by far the worst target. Granted, we don't really care about the damage to our summoned units here, but that one shot did clip our Wastelanders here, which did about a quarter damage to them, which may actually turn out to be more than the rest of the enemy army. Now Karl's found the enemy a lord here who is also surrounded by Reiksguard. Not a great place to be, and a few thwacks with Galmaraz should see that lord running. On the bright side, though, we are going to get some action against the enemy trolls here. They did manage to reach our battle lines, rather than melting away before they did, like they have in previous battles. Our summoned units are starting to get a little bit damaged. In fact, the trolls have moved through and are now attacking our infantry here as well. Did it actually kill that Imperial foot, or did it get back up? Wait, what's the... now it's 97. It must have died. Alright. For a second, I thought that the troll did that thing where he smashes a single infantry unit and the unit survived it, but it doesn't actually look like it. Our Reiksguard have also sallied out and are now fighting on the field here, and just catching some enemies, and in fact, with the death of the Lord, just like that, extremely quickly, the enemy army routs. Alright, I was expecting them to fight a little bit longer, considering all the trolls are pretty much at full HP. You got 10 out of 10 units, 10 out of 10 units. Well, unfortunate for the enemy, but we don't even have to chase them down, because as this was an underway interception, the entire army will be destroyed. Just going to wait a few extra seconds for our healing potions to continue their effect, and there we are. And decisive victory, easy little fight, but I'm sure we can find a more difficult one. Obviously, this was auto-resolvable, but I wanted to see those trolls fight, and our Reiksguard got to play a little bit more as well, so not something I regret. Alrighty, certainly not a difficult fight. The trolls seem to have actually routed before they actually suffered a single loss, but trolls do have low leadership, and I guess the rest of the army was destroyed, and Karl beat Snazdrog pretty easily as well. Really, I think all, if not, well, most, if not all, I should say, of the damage we took was the Sunmaker hitting our own unit for some bizarre reason. It's certainly shown a penchant for doing that. Hopefully it doesn't make a habit of it. Anyway, pardon captives, please, and let's see if anything else interesting happened. Where are you going, Transform? Transform 2, I should say. And yeah, so this army did leave. It just straight up left. But wait, our regular armies can't blockade ports? I have no idea. Well, either way. The gods are angry. The omen... now they're angry? Oh, +4 control for only 1,000 gold? Yes, please. The omens are ill. Something you have done has angered the gods, yet they are fickle. They may forgive you in time, or more immediate appeasement might be necessary. Yes, give the gods some money. A tribute. That's what gods need, money. Enemy killed in battle? Yes, Helmut Feuerbach is ready to join our armies. I wonder what he has in terms of his because he is the Lord of Talabekland. Where is he? Here he is. Oh, he has Imperial oh, that's nice. Oh, that's real nice. Oh, that's perfect. Maybe not perfect, but it is quite nice. And now I have to wonder, would it be better to get him to command the Knights of the Blazing Sun? No, but a Grandmaster would make them so cheap by comparison. So probably still a Grandmaster, but I do like that it is a Imperial a General of the Empire with Imperial calibration, because on top of that, we could get... Do we have any other Generals of the Empire? Where's Leonard Holtz? You. We could get him with Military Heritage Artillery Battery to buff artillery even further. As Pistoliers and Outriders. Vanguard is reload time for missile infantry. Ooh. So here's the question. Do we have our gunnery army? Do we buff the gunnery in it, or do we buff the artillery in it? We should also take a look for another Empire captain with the buffs for artillery as well. Yes, well, I'm excited about the prospect. Yeah, this guy ran out of the harbor. Okay, so I guess harbor is you can actually leave by the sea, which kind of makes sense. But regular armies I thought couldn't blockade it as a Black Ark thing. I don't know. Either way, you're taking Magritta. I think this should be auto-resolvable, because they left, they ran away. Yeah. Occupy the place. And none of the provinces offered to confederate this turn. Odd. Alrighty. Well, we're waiting for specific ones anyway. Specifically... Damn, Solent, I was really hoping you would get up to 9. As soon as they're up to 9, we're paying the prestige to get them up to 10, and then we're confederating them. And Gelty needs to join us. Rally field here is not necessary. We'll also not collect the income for now. And what do we have in terms of the Temple of Myrmidia, or the Arch-Ecclesiastium of... Wait, Ecclesiatium? Yeah, sure. Shouldn't it be Ecclesiastium? Whatever. Yes, while the Ecclesiastium is what it says in the description, but not in the actual name of the thing. The actual building is kind of meh. Well, the recruit rank for Warrior Priest is fine. The Control +1 faction-wide is fine, but for a Tier 5 building that costs 10,000 gold, this seems a little bit light. I guess it does prevent us from needing to build a tap room here, just because we won't need the Control, but still. Seems a little bit light. Could at least have some garrison of some, I don't know, some disciples or something like that.
Huntsman General,
to make it worth the pretty large expenditure. Anyway, Karl, well, you just fought, but you're going to continue on to Karakungor. I guess... Oh, so that was the guy that came down from Nashrak's lair, right? Which means Leonard Holtz doesn't need to be here anymore, per se. Alright, we'll figure out what to do with those armies in a second. Karl, either way, you are marching on out to Karakungor and the gold mine there. Though whether we keep it or give it to Karak-Kadrin remains to be seen. Rupert, you're gonna follow Karl because you're his personal witch hunter. We should be able to hit Karakungor without too much trouble. I guess it might be an annoyance that Zok Onefinger might jump over to Karak-Raziak. Whether he can take it without a Wa, though, does remain to be seen. Alrighty, that's these guys. Gregor, you were going to Bordelot, and I guess to grab some of these hands. Oh, Nakari's up. Alright, we do have to be careful about that, though. We should also keep in mind that Nakari could bypass everything and try to hit Marienburg instead, and Marienburg can't really defend itself yet. It's got a trash garrison. Tech Thief, north you go. Yeah, alright, so we'll see. Recruiter can always send some troops there, but do have to be careful. Alrighty, in the meantime, Gregor. There's nobody here. You know what? Let's risk heading out to the sea. Nakari can't reach us, unless there's a full stack of Torkarali, but it doesn't look like there is. No. What is this? Sloppy Crookshank. No, you can't fight that. Not with your army. Well, then again, you do have your Grand Sulfur, it's just the rest of your army's kind of garbage. I wonder, you know what? Stay right there. Actually, stay in Bordelot. for a turn, just because it'll give us an extra 300 gold per turn. But if Sloppy Crookshank comes this way, we'll see. He's got a much more elite army than we do. We do have the crossbows. The warp fire throwers do concern me, and so do the artillery pieces. They have warp lightning cannons, and we have no answer to them. No cav in here, and nothing to deal with them. Stay there for now. We may need to slightly retool the army so that they can have an artillery duel. Maybe just get them a couple cannons so that they're not so concerned. What is going on here? Are you guys going to take this or not? Please do something. Kern's under siege. They are doing something, but not about this. Don't let them start building a new stack, guys. Come on now. Alrighty, let's keep moving. Ludwig Thorpes. South you go. Adolf, find us some more elves. Where is Avalorn? I wonder who has the sword right now. Also, how do you guys feel about us?
Greetings. The Phoenix Court will
Still don't want to, eh? We'll check out, in fact, let's check out diplomacy right now. What do we have here? Karakern wants a non-aggression pact. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Torgavon, nothing. Ooh, we got missions, though. I do like that. Ally missions. Defeat Nikari or defeat Fimra, which I take it is a, take a look at it in a second. What's the likelihood that we actually defeat Nikari in the near future, though? What was I saying? Oh yeah, Fimra is probably a Fimir Lord. Nikari, yes, and let's go Jacques One Finger. There we go. Whether we actually manage to catch him or not also remains to be seen. And Karl, you do have level ups, but we can do those later. Let's try to find some more fights. Marcus Huss.
Seek out the heretics.
You are nearly there. Peter, you're gonna head out to Nuja next turn, although I suppose Transform might just come back to Magrita. I can't believe he left. Alrighty, Leonard Holtz and Nud. I suppose what we do with you depends on where and how and if we spend the money that we currently have, so let's do that then. Reikland doesn't need anything, though we're getting closer and closer to the good stuff. We also probably do want to check out the wizards before ending the turn as well, as there are other wizards that we wanted to be building. Castle Tempelhof, let's get you your paved roads. Your public order is perfectly fine right now. Huh. Wait, why is your public order so good? Feels like it shouldn't be that good. Oh, we still have +5 from profit. Right. Oh, and as somebody pointed out, and Venris confirmed, hear the whispers, obey the gods, be rewarded. And this entire event is a reference to the game under development by the SFO mod team that I mentioned previously. Griffin Wood, yes to industry, and toll gates are a little bit on the expensive side. I think we can wait on that. And it looks like we do have the money left. Nice. Which means we can continue recruitment. Alrighty, so you. Let's do 3 Flagellants right now, and then we'll do 4 more Knights Panther next turn. Then, Leonard Holtz. Well, you can't transfer anything over while you're recruiting. We could send you up to join Karl and take some of his stuff. But you could swap some units out, but maybe not right now. What we do need to do is see what we have in terms of these guys. Alright, so the Bordermen and the Hawkland Long Rifles, though they are costly, you need to join this army. So here and here, like so. And we'll need at least 1 more Hawkland Long Rifle in this particular army later on as well, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. Then, you, I guess, can also start building some cannonry and some Outriders with non-grenade launchers. Because we don't have these yet, now I want to, enjoy them. Let's go 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do... Wait. How many do we need here? You know what, let's do 2 for now. 4 should be what we can fit, but I'm not 100% on it. Let's prioritize artillery first, and we're definitely gonna get some... Let's start with great cannons. Let's go 2 great cannons, 2 Hellstorms for now. And maybe we'll get more, as well as maybe borrow some artillery from a few friends. Also the Ice Court. Maybe we'll get a couple of light war sleds in this army, or a little Grom. Because this is our gunpowder army. We'll see. We'll figure it out. For now, it's going to take a while for them to recruit. Anyway, I believe that's it. We do still have a little bit of money remaining, but I think we can hold off on the expenditures for now. At least there's nothing that's super critical here. And we can upgrade one of these next turn as well. Alrighty. Skip this. Garrison or non-move. Unsigned skill points. Outpost upgrade available. Oh, we can build the outpost in Carcass Sun now. Oh wait, no we can't, because we need to build it somewhere that isn't directly in Carcass Sun. Alright, then we can wait. And outpost available, that's Carcass Suns. Let's end the turn. And let's see if we get attacked anywhere. Where is it possible that we could get attacked? I think nowhere, actually. I guess we might get another underway interception, so let's look here. And let's hope that either we get another Confederation offer right now, or alternatively that we get a +1 on Solend right now. Either one would work. Alright, game lagged a little bit there. Was a little bit worried about a crash. Bone Rattlers up? Nope, they're gonna run away. The Ecstatic Legions will attack the Ice Court. Well, don't you worry. Azazel, we're heading up north right after this. Enter war on side of Ally. Hopefully he doesn't come down to Griffin Wood before it's ready to defend itself. But, you know, Karl's not gonna be here for much longer. The Azhag orcs are in pretty bad shape. I just hope that we can get the Azhag defeat trait. Haven't seen him in a while. Alright, oh, he's probably in the Darklands. He's probably doing stuff down here. Yeah. Also, I wonder if we can get a good relationship with Imric going, get some trades. Scheme of Doom performed, Clan Molder. Ally begins outpost construction. Constructor for Nud. Karl, to Karakungor you go. In trenches stance.
We must attack.
Yes, you must attack. Because we told you to attack. I don't think this is worth fighting. It's just a bunch of garbage orc arrow boys. Auto-resolve. Oh, wow. Wow, really? That hurt us way more than it should have. Hopefully we heal up more or less to full. Can't say I was expecting that much damage. Ooh, what do we have here? Oh my, the White Cloak of Ulrich is a hex that reduces melee attack. Oh, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Ah, we can heal nearly to full. Warrior Priest, we got you a cloak. You're gonna wear a Cloak of Ulrich. And if that upsets you as a Sigmarite, you should always remember that Ulrich was the god of Sigmar. Alright. And then it'll probably take a couple turns to head to Khazad-ir-Kulaz, but it does look like it has a pretty good garrison. Black Orcs, Trolls, and other such stuff, and I assume that there will be a full stack of enemies by the time we get there. Ungrim, please do something useful. Go take Nashrak's Slayer. Don't make us do it for you. In fact, I'm kind of tempted to waste a little bit of our allegiance with him to tell him to take it, but you know what, let's hold off on that. Alright, now what's going on with the Skaven? Ah, these guys did take Nuja, which is a shame, unless they're willing to give it to us immediately. -16? Have you gone completely insane? Why? Is it because it has spices? It's probably because it has spices and a port. Yeah, it's the port. Damn, well, we will probably have to trade the Massive Orcal for that. And where are you? I also like Tobaro, but are these guys really just gonna stay here? What do you want for Tobaro? -18. Damn you, Wood Elves. Ah, okay, well, not much we can do about it right now. Magritta, you are going to start building up your wall. You need to be able to defend yourself without our intervention. What's the military presence at? It's a +20. Alright, so you should be able to actually collect income, even if it's a fairly minor amount. I'm a little bit concerned about Transiform moving this way. You know what? Let's keep Peter here for now. He'll heal up. I'd rather not move towards Skaven Blight as yet. We'll see what exactly happens here. It's not like we have anywhere specifically that we need to be with Peter. Yeah. Alrighty, that narrows it down. You guys are going to continue building up forces, but that is fine for now. I guess really it's Karl and Wolfram who are the only ones that can move right now. Ah, there we go. Aldebras has in fact sieged Akendorf. And Karl Franz has fallen. Oh, it would be perfection for them to get them both, and then for us to get the final point with Solent. And they've grown quite powerful. And also they've pissed everybody off around them, so really we need to confederate them. How much will the Imperial Machinations cost for Gelti? 4.7k. You know, screw it, let's do 1 right now. Alright, we're at 9, come on game. Let's have some luck before somebody else attacks you and you force us to break an alliance. Frickin' Gelt. Alrighty, everybody else, well, I guess we got some more moves to make. I'm glad that we got that Orky battle, because it's been fairly admin heavy so far. Do we want to sail by Khemri? Well, the problem is we're going to find the whatchamacallums. And the followers of Nagash right now. Oh, you know what we could do? We can move out here. You can still heal in the sea, and you can grab this island. Now we're gonna find the followers of Nagash who don't like us very much. We'll have to be careful. And oh, I forgot about you needing to join this army. Well, I didn't forget, but I didn't send you first. Alright, and that's fine. And where is Sloppy Crookshank? I see him not. Alright, which means Gregor, being very careful, I'm gonna sail out to here. I still see no Sloppy. Alright, then you're gonna go to... Is this actually a ruin? What if we were to take Trolinia, and maybe even Tori Vres, and then try to trade them to Aetane? We can't reach it right now, you know what? That might be great. If it works, it might be fantastic. Oh, frickin' hell, there he is. He might give chase to us, but he can't land, so... Oh, that's still okay. You, head into the interior of the donut. Where's Avalorn? Who owns this? There we go. Okay, we should have discovered Avalorn by now. Factions encountered. Ferric Goldtooth. And there we go. Avalorn. How do you feel about us?
Aye.
Okay, not you, Karakern, Avalorn. Not super likely to do this. They're about the same in terms of feelings as the rest. You know what? Oh, you want that military access, or military alliance. Carcassonne, you want to do an ally mission. Glugmir. Arkling. Transiform. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think any of those are particularly likely right now. Let's go Transiform. I'll probably get destroyed anyway. What I'm thinking is we do this. Ambassador to the Phoenix King, plus 25 relationship with High Elves. Yes, it costs 10,000 gold, but the various trade agreements with fairly powerful factions will help us in the long run, I think. The other option is Emissary to the Prince of Altdorf, Emissary to ourselves, which does give us a control +2. Damn, both of those are very tempting. You know what? Let's spend the money that we have, and let's see what we have after this. I don't think the elves are going to suddenly attack us. In fact, wait, if we could get you to join war against Nikari...
Now that you are here...
Because you're not fighting him for some bizarre reason. Minus 3.4. 15k, okay, you're clearly off your rocker, but from what we know about Tyrion, that seems pretty on point. Alright, Avalorn.
We have
what about
much
you?
To discuss.
Join war.
Come, join me.
Where's Nikari? Oh, you're actually fighting Nikari. See, there we go. Maybe you should confederate Tyrion. You know what you're doing. Alariel. Alrighty, everybody else is good. Wolfram, you cannot move, or you can, but we don't want you to. Rupert, you will follow Carl. And, oh. Kruglug. Can you do anything about this?
Onwards.
Assassinate. Yes, he can. Critical success as well, and we got ourselves a level up. Not gonna bother with the potions, just gonna take Specialist, and hopefully continue your little mini rampage here. Alright, everything else is good. Just the money to decide upon now. And any recruitment that we need to do as well. We do probably want to get those Knights Panther up and running, but money has to take priority, so if there's industry or generation of trade goods, we will focus on that. Okay, you're fine. Montfort does need an upgrade, though. Northern Sylvania, you're okay. We do want to upgrade these, but we can hold off on it for a turn or two. Once again, it's not a critical thing to do. Yes, Bordello, Morceau Valley, Vineyards. Though if we do this right now, we won't have enough for a 10k expenditure. You know what, let's do the 10k expenditure next turn then. At least this way we can build this and get the Knight's Panther up and running. Let's go for... Eric Dromar, I think. Honestly, it doesn't really matter which one. Oakenhammer's probably in the safer position anyway. And yes, that's about it. Alrighty, Nud, back to you, my friend. Can you do 4 of these? You can do exactly 4, and that's all of our money. Perfect. And then we'll get some more flagellants. We actually have to count how many flagellants we need as well. And also, how close to the Knights of War? Because we'll need to summon those as well. We can't test it with you. Wait, why can't we see how many... Okay. There. 2 turns, 9 turns. Everybody's at 9 turns. Okay, we're gonna have like 10,000 gold available at the same time. Let's re-hire you. And then let's end the turn. And hopefully we can get one more battle. Maybe at Cassidy Urqulas, we'll see. And Tech Thief, I forgot about moving you directly, but it's okay, because you know where you're going. And it's to annoy Bellicor. Oh, it looks like Glugmir has a full stack now. I do expect that means he will be moving to our now, but we can send the partial force of the gunnery army there. Huh, it always lags on this. Look at that, 24. Whatever faction 24 is, every single time the map seems to lag. It must be a very strong faction. Well, actually, it just lagged on 26 as well. Alright, maybe my computer's just being very temperamental today. Your ally declares war. Karazakarak has declared war on Clan Moors. No, we're going to break... No, I'm kidding. Of course we will fight Clan Moors. I would have preferred to join the war for money, but, you know.
For that is all I ever want.
What do you want? Join war against Tilea, or Tilea? No, but yes later, but not now. The Wintertooth has attacked the Ice Court. Alright, well, we're starting to get drawn into our war, into all of these wars, I guess. Things are starting to get a little bit crazier, but that's fine. The Empire remains strong. What are you doing? Okay, just strength rank 125, absolutely nowhere near us. Decides to declare war on strength rank 1 and bunch of other strength ranks. What are you doing? Call allies to help. Sure. Oh, AI. You do crazy things sometimes. Clan Scryer... Tilea destroyed! Whoa. Who got that? Oh, Pirates of Sartosa and Miragliano. Oh, good job to them. I guess we can then take Miragliano for ourselves without needing to declare war on these guys. Well, that's just swell. Relationship with Everland, no dice, and Solend. Not at 10 out of 10. Alright, really, I think one more battle should give us enough prestige to be able to confederate Guilt.
Now.
And since nobody's offering confeds right now, are you able to hit this? No. Yeah, next turn. Alright, some camp stands, please. And just head out as far as you can go. Rupert, follow along, please.
Yes.
And we'll attack this. Actually, if they can stay outside the settlement and draw everybody into the field battle... Ooh, hello. If it isn't Azhag. We will go after Azhag just to get his defeat trait before going back up south. I mean, we're doing fairly okay here. And would you please take Nashrak's lair? Ungrim, you are the most passive Slayer King I have ever seen. Look at your army. If we had this army, there's nothing these guys could send at the current time, at least with what they can build, that could actually defeat this. Man. I don't know what's up with him. And the Fey Enchantress is here, and Akari's still staying at Mistnar. Alright, wait, if we go here, would we still be able to land at Trilinia? I hope so. Go here.
I go where I am needed.
Watch the Fey Enchantress take it. Alright, and sail to the wreck. We should just be able to auto-resolve this. It's probably a bunch of garbage. Yeah, it's a bunch of garbage. And we do need that prestige, so we'll take that. And please tell me we can still reach Trilinia. Maybe. Perhaps. Ah, free 5,000 gold. That's nice. That's real nice. You're gonna go right... here.
Guided by Sigmar.
And then you're going to try to land.
Forward.
And
In his
yes, we
name.
are able to get it. Good.
Here to serve.
And oh, hello.
None but
Well, you're too
Slanesh
weak to
may
probably
dominate
take this
me.
army out, but we
I
do
will
need to
do
watch
anything for
out.
Sigmar.
Just gotta remember this is a very basic army. Also, you have
Servant of
both
the
Pistol
Faith.
Corps and Emperor's Finest. On the bright side, you are built for defending.
Champion
Now,
of the
what is this worth to you?
Welcome. What brings you here?
Oh, okay, you're not actually bordering it. Alright, fine. We need to directly take Tori for us before we do. Let's spend a little bit of cash on upgrading that then. And at the same time, let's see if we can get a battle going. The where? Wait, you're gonna go here.
Tracker of
We
distinction.
may not find another one this episode, but at least our
Loyalty.
empire is growing fairly considerably right now. Alright.
I beg to
And the captain's chest. Wax sealed rations for you. Nice.
Anchor up. Who calls?
And you keep sailing down here.
Pick up the pace.
I have no idea what Transform is doing. Oh, hello, another mysterious island. At the very least, we're getting some nice island work right now, which we weren't before. So I'll take it, if nothing else. You, Karl, you're good. Gregor is good. Wolfram, you're still standing outside Kirkhern, yes? These guys have... Oh, they've given up on taking Eckendorf. And if they've given up...
By the comet.
Oh, they might have actually lost. I think this army was stronger before. Wait, but look, there's basically nothing left there. Could they have
The nation
sacked it and moved
calls.
into march stance? I guess Averland could
comet.
take it. Alright, we'll give them one more chance of a turn. If they don't do it, then
True
Wolfram is going to do
servant
it
of
for them.
Sigmar.
I'm sick of him having to wait there, just to avoid pissing off Karazakarak. And, oh right, I forgot about Gotrek and Felix being there as well.
Yes.
Alright, you know what?
It is for the best.
Wow, you can move far. You're in Council Burgomeisters. Why can you move
Raise
so far?
Sigmar.
Damn. Well, I guess you're moving to Zufbar.
Pick up the pace.
You can keep recruiting, and let's get a couple more flagellants, or at least one more flagellant in your army. We will have this army up and running very soon. Oh, 125 on Knight's Panther, isn't it beautiful? Alrighty, what else do we have here? Adolf Allenstag, you found Avalorn, which means now you're going to find us a Marcus Wolfhart. And just try to avoid the Galleon's Graveyard. We don't need to meet that faction right now. Ah, hopefully this is not too close.
I refuse such orders.
As soon as we find them, we basically have to declare war on them, because they'll declare war on us, without doubt.
By the comet.
Marcus Huss, you are good as you are. Tech Thief. To the north you go. Let's steal some tech from the Isle of Wights. Stay here, if you can land, and then we'll start annoying Conquata as well, and just go back and forth, repeat it. Oh, you have to land here? Damn. Alright, fine, my bad. My bad. You can begin that. Watch him get assassinated immediately after all that effort. Also, let's double check whether we got a decent battle wizard available now. We didn't have one that I liked. I still don't like the light wizards, even though they're going into our range army. Tough. Oh, we got a Ulrich Ivan the Crazy. I love your name, and disciplined is probably something that we can take. For the fire army, mind you. There's a cunning Jade Wizard as well, which is not so bad. Don't particularly like any of the Shadow Wizards. Confident and Monster Tracker don't like you, and I don't like you. We're gonna have to wait for those guys. Tempted to get the cunning one. Poison on a Jade Wizard also kind of does make sense. Actually, Tough isn't too bad either. Although Tough would be actually much, much better on an Amber Wizard that will actually be in a fight, whereas the Bright Wizard is probably just going to be floating around. They automatically get a Banner of Eternal Flame. That's nice. That's real nice. We'd still probably put another Banner of Eternal Flame in their army as well, and because the effect range is relatively small. Yeah, you know what, let's go for Discipline. We're still probably not going to get them into a fight. And yeah, they have the Searing Flame, which adds further weakness to fire damage, but it ain't that much, even if it is a contact effect. Disciplined, sure.
Flame off.
Get you on the field, and we are going to send you... So it'll be a while until we can get Fire Army in the field. You know what? You can be in this army until we find a Light Wizard, so stay right here. Alright, our new Wizard. And we'll get a new one, or another one, until we're maxed out on wizards as soon as we can. Alrighty, back to buildings. Yeah, this really turned into an admin episode. unexpectedly. And, damn, we're just about to run out of profit, which would mean our control will be gone. Or at least it won't be in such a good place as it was before. Barrows, we don't need to do anything with you, at least not right now. Griffinwood, we will upgrade the toll gates eventually, but again, not right now. Not critical, and nothing else here is critical, which means we're going to briefly switch this, and let's do Ambassador to the Phoenix King. And 10,000 gold for only 25 Diplo. Just out of curiosity, how much would the trade actually give us?
Greetings.
We don't want to fight with them, it would give us 143. Really not all that much. It'll probably turn to something like 500 over time. And sometimes the trade thing is actually deceptive. They do like the ruler's tolerance, which
I will
we could
weigh what you
increase
have to
quite
say.
a bit.
Celeste.
Oh wow, the followers of Nakash would actually like to non-aggress. That's hilarious. I was not
Lord of the
expecting that.
Glade.
I was expecting them to immediately declare war
War
upon being
unceasing.
found. You know what? Let's hold off on this for now. Let's go emissary to the Prince of Altdorf instead. Yes, it's 10k, but control plus 2 faction-wide is very, very valuable. Now, I'll take another look at those diplomacy texts later on, just so that we can see those who aren't familiar with them. Next up, you can continue recruiting. Let's get you 2 more Hellstorm rocket batteries. There we go. Gunnery Army's got to get on the field ASAP. We'll have 2 new armies very shortly, the Knights Panther Army and the Gunnery Army. Although the Gunnery Army might be more of an artillery army by, well, half and half. Marcus Huss. Yes, I keep forgetting to put you in this army, man, my bad. Yes, we're losing a Huntsman. Is 5 Huntsmen good enough? I hope so. They are the main damage dealers in this army. But really everybody has a place in this army. Everybody's quite useful. And it's not like the Witch Hunters would be good in really any other army than this. And I think if we have too few free company, then we'll have... Well, I mean, it's not like the Hunters can fight in melee. And a Huntsman. There we go. Marcus, you are now in this army, and this army is more or less complete. Obviously, other than the Northern Mariners and the Noble Sons abroad. Alright. Now, we still have a little bit of money remaining, but nothing to spend it on right now, alas. I guess we're gonna end the turn.
The Empire.
And proceed. Skip, 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 skip. Outpost available. And crossing my fingers, let's hope you get to 10 right now. Come on, solid. Alright, taking all bets. What's going to happen is Solent is going to get to 10, but at the same time, another faction or another province will offer to confederate. What do you want? Join war against Bloody Hands? Yes, but later. We're busy. We'll send Wolfram down to deal with him because he has nothing else to do, but he needs his flagellants first. Not that he really needs the flagellants, mind you, because they're rather weak, but, you know, he wants them. And what do we have here? The Golden Order. Wait, oh damn, now this is not that. Wait a second. But if we endorse the Golden Order's candidate, Wissenland drops to 9, but the Golden Order bumps up to 10. You know what? That works for me. That works. We're gonna get guilty. Let's give this a quick read and then we'll do this. Alright, the Council of States is an important group of advisors that grew from the demands of running the Empire day to day. There are far too many for one man or woman to keep track of. Prominent family members or nobles of each state are frequently appointed as consultants on matters of imperial law, finance, diplomacy, and military matters, among other things. A seat on the council has become available, and the states of Wissenland and Golden Order have both put forward candidates to fill it. It is certain that your endorsement of one of them will tip the balance one way or the other, informing the final decision. Endorse the Golden Order candidates. Sorry, Nuln, but they're doing better than you. And there we go. That's 10 out of 10, which means they will finally offer Confederation next turn. Clan Angren has confederated Carrick Hearn. Well, that's interesting. Can't say I was expecting that, but it works, I guess.
Ready to serve.
Especially since they've lost Carrick Hearn. Huh. You know what, Clan Angron, you've kind of solved our problem here. The only thing I'm concerned about you is that you don't like us very much.
Is that what you offer?
You don't like our treaties with the Golden Order, but the Golden Order will no longer exist soon. What will happen? They also aren't happy with our treaties with all the Wood Elves, but, you know, deal with it. Yeah, alright, well, I can't believe that actually worked out, but work out it did. Alrighty, lastly, Karl. Who's out here? Well, let's see if they're willing to fight.
Yes.
If they are, we are going to get one more fight, mostly because I've been waiting for another fight this episode, but if they're not, I'm just going to call it, because who knows when we will get another one. Karl, you have taste for battle. You may get some use out of Artillery Master, and you will always have at least some artillery, but is it worth the point? Well, the ammunition alone is probably worth it, to be frank. Otherwise, Taste of Battle buffs up everything that you could possibly have. Great Swords, Reiksguard, Demigriffs, everything. Not the handgunners, mind you, but I'm not sure that that's worth the point. They're already so ludicrously strong. We just have to be careful about overdoing Karl's points. He's already at rank 27. Nah, he should still have enough. I just want to make sure that he's an even stronger fighter than he currently is later on. Anyway, you... last point in untapped potential so that we have more mana. And then we can start getting more spells or something else. Somebody suggested getting the Curse of the Midnight Wind. And we'll maybe get that. Impassioned, sure, we're still away from the Shield of Faith. Karl, let's see if you can draw them out. Yes, you can. Yes, you damn well can. Alrighty, beautiful. We'll get this one more orky battle. I guess it's an orc episode, but that's fine by me. Let's bonk some orcs.
To arms, man!
Alright, here we go again. Fortunately, everybody is already quite at arms. Now, the first battle against the orcs may have been a little bit on the too easy side, but there's a lot more that we're facing off against this time, although they don't have the same number of trolls as that they did before. Nonetheless, I think that because they have a lot more infantry units, and including some elites like Black Orcs and a couple of Lords, we should be able to get some fun fights out of this one. Anyway, we're sallying out. This little enemy army here that was outside the settlement should be destroyed before the other forces get here. So the Reiksguard, together with Karl, the Wizard Theon, and our Warrior Priest Thyrus, are all gonna head on and hopefully destroy the enemy before the rest of their forces get here. Here come the Reiksguard. Always enjoy watching them charge across an open field, and Karl is busily killing the enemy lord as well, who's already at half HP. They are indeed wavering. Very nice charge from you, Reiksguard. The trolls are also fighting, but where we have hit the trolls, we've popped that harmonic convergence on the unit of Reiksguard so they didn't get too damaged, and at the same time used the Hammer of Sigmar and the Reikland Runefang, popping the Crimson Lances in this particular situation, melee attack up to 148. What are these stats? Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, these trolls may be able to do damage, and they're also T-buffed by the Helmet of Discord, yeah, they're pretty much done for. But this is just an opening little skirmish. The main enemy force is the thing that they'll want to go after. Looks like the enemy lord is already broken, and in fact the enemy lord just got ripped apart by Karl. One lord assassination. We got at least, I believe, 2 more to go. He'll be looking for them on the battlefield as well. And once again, Karl still does not have any points of his personal fighty tree. This is all just him with Galmoraz and his own power as an unbuffed, which I'm pretty happy with so far. I'd like to see how monstrous we can get Karl. Alright, there we go, doing some goblin punting. It's been far, far too long since we got some proper goblin punts out of the way. And of course we're going to want to chase down pretty much everything that we can. That's some nice air. Okay, every unit that fell should be dead here, right? Yeah, that looked like a fairly high fall there. Very nice. But yeah, as I was saying, we want to catch everything because we don't want to be fighting these units again. Hopefully we destroy these armies, and then we auto-resolve them right afterwards. In fact, we are deploying as far back, well, maybe not as far back, but close to as far back as possible from the enemy. If we deployed any further, they'd be able to take advantage of these trees, and I didn't want that, especially because going further also would allow them to make use of this kill somewhat. Yeah, we get some zombies on the field as well. That were just summoned just as our army got here. Well, not a great use for these zombies. They might annoy our army very slightly, but annoy is the operative word because they're not going to do any damage, and they were summoned right in the middle of a pile of Reichsguards. To what end, AI? To what end? Could have at least tried to summon them on top of our artillery train here, though they are protected by the halberdiers, who are going to just be staying here and protecting them for probably the entire battle. Yeah, we're definitely going to build an army that's a bunch of handgunners and halberdiers, and maybe a little bit of artillery as well, because Karl's army isn't going to be that way, and I really like the look of the halberdiers as well. They're quite nice. Alrighty, well, in the meantime, the enemy army is going to try to get here, and there are a lot of them, but we're going to stay back and wait until our ranged units, and I suppose our artillery first, are going to start to fire. And when I say fire, I do mean fire, as the Sunmaker is going to start burninating these Wolf Riders, who are going to try to back off. Ooh, and some shots from the Hammer of the Witches, and gunning a few of them down. Very nice. That's some nice shots. Pretty accurate, and well, if it isn't another enemy lord, Karl, maybe you want to get him? He sees Karl, and he turns around. He's like, nope, never mind. I didn't sign up for this. He's gonna try to retreat to his back lines. Poor guy, but that's fine. I'll let him retreat. Karl can retreat as well after doing a little bit of damage. Allow the enemy to move forward once again before getting him again as well. Sunmaker is now going to target the Black Orcs over here, though they are so heavily armored that it's probably not going to do a crazy amount of damage, or at the very least not kill a crazy amount of models. At the very least, it'll soften them up as they get closer. And the Hammer of the Witches is doing the same thing as well. Looks like the faster units of the enemy army are starting to move forward. The enemy Goblin Wolf Riders are firing on us, though of course we are firing back with our handgunners. There we go, and Karl has found the enemy lord once again, who is now already at half HP. Karl pops Galmaraz, who's hitting for 1.1k now, and the enemy lord's gonna book it. You can see why he tried to back off. Ooh, the Troll's taking some hits from the Sunmaker, mostly actually protecting the Black Orcs, who are the real target here. Kind of a happy accident for the Black Orcs, I guess. But the Hammer of the Witches will gun down the Trolls over time, I'm sure. Oh, looks like a unit of Forest Goblins has actually charged forward without the rest of their army, only to get hit by the handgunners. And they did take a volley from our Grenadiers as well. Very nice. Yep, those guys are out. They are, however, only Gobos. We got Biggins and we got Black Orcs to contend with. Over on this side, looks like some nasty Skulkers did manage to get around our flanks and are now hitting the Imperial Foot and the Great Swords in the sides, but I'm sure the Great Sword shouldn't have too much trouble in breaking them. It looks like the Grenadiers are still firing, and Karl has landed, trying to annoy some of those enemy units of Orc Biggins, who are now running away. And oh, in fact, no, Karl has landed on the enemy war boss, who is in here as well, and who is also already at half health. I guess Karl is going to have a lot of Orc Lord assassinations under his belt after this particular battle. In the meantime, let's check back on the rest of the battlefield. Looks like the enemy has actually gotten a very large amount of units over on this flank. Instead, we are sending a single unit of Great Swords into the trees to try to fight them off, and there is a unit of Black Orcs moving in on this side as well somewhere. Am I crazy, or was there a unit? Yeah, I guess it's this one. It will move here as well. So we are going to have to deal with that. Fortunately, we've got our own units prepared on the flanks as well, so as soon as the enemy is embroiled in its fight with the Great Swords, we're going to charge the Reichsguard in. And there we go, and here they come. Granted, they will suffer the debuffs from being in the forest, but charging into the back of the enemy's line should still go fairly well. There we go. Not enough mass, or maybe not enough acceleration to force to punt orcs, but that's fine. Here comes some black orcs as well. We're going to have to make sure that we're careful about those doing too much damage to the Reiksguard. The enemy front line has, however, pretty much failed to actually breach our battle line here. Really, it's only this flank that we're working on. Our artillery have basically wrecked the enemy ranged units, and those units of melee that did come close to our battle lines are stuck fighting those summoned halberdiers. Well, I'm sure that the Black Orcs would destroy them over time. It's still just a waste of their time. Alright, looks like Theon's popped his Helm of Discord out there, helping out Karl a little bit while he tries to hunt down the last, I should say, of the enemy lords. The balance of power is very much in our favor at this one, at about 80%. In fact, most of the enemy army seems to be wanting to rout. Boarboy's trying to fight off Thyrus, who has moved in to try to buff everybody up with the Reikland Runefang. There's a little fighting going on between some great swords and some enemy Black Orcs here. In fact, I just want to compare their stats here. And Black Orcs are at 44-35, and our great swords are at 70-50, though they are buffed by 25, and due to the Reikland Runefang. Actually, it would be neat to see a matchup between the two. In theory, the Black Orcs should be much superior, but we do buff our great swords quite a lot. And there's Imperial Foot with them as well, and Thyrus is helping out, and I'm sure we got Reiksguard ready to move in and hit these guys in the back shortly, after they're done with these guys over here. Zilter's Reiksguard have actually taken a little bit of damage at this point, but it looks like it's not going to be enough as the balance of power continues to creep in our favor. There we go, finally charging those Black Orcs with another unit of Reiksguard, and it looks like they're going to try to get out. Just like, by the looks of it, most of, if not the rest of the enemy army will shatter. Lovely. Alright, didn't seem like too difficult of a battle either, but certainly a much lengthier one than that first one we fought. Of course, we do want to try to kill every single orc that we can, so we don't have to go for it again. And it looks like the Sunmaker's going to do pretty well here. One of the good things about using the Hellstorms when the enemy runs, or generally speaking artillery, when the enemy runs, is that it no longer does the dance to try to dodge artillery shots. So as long as the artillery can do some basic predictive firing, it will get a lot of kills when the enemy actually runs away. Alright, come on, just do a little bit of lead up here. I'm trying to praise you, Sunmaker, come on now. Well, anyway, I'm really glad that these orcs didn't actually try to run away, but actually decided to fight. They obviously could have run. And probably should have run, to be perfectly frank, but hey, at least they gave us a fight in the field. And you know what? It does make sense. They are orcs after all. Would they really just sit there behind the walls when there's good fighting out there in the field? Not so sure about that. Especially without Azhag there to tell them what exactly to do. Alright, apparently a close victory on our side, but somehow I doubt it. Let's see the damage, though I doubt that it's all that much. Alright, there we go. I think the enemy's bones are sufficiently rattled. I don't know by what metric the AI once again thinks that this was a close victory. Sure, we did expend some ammunition, but Karl's army is not a very range-heavy army by any means, and he still had all of his infantry completely fine, and they would still be able to fight. Yeah, basically all the infantry remain at nearly full HP. They're fine and dandy like sour candy. Anyway, let's pardon those captives, such as they are. Although I have my doubts that we'd be pardoning a lot of orcs in any situation. And there we go, ally mission successful. I should double check whether there's another ally mission, but we'll attack Kazadir Kolaz in a second. Karazakarak, you want us to kill Nakari? Ooh. Nakari. I see you're moving now. He's going here, isn't he? Yeah, I was thinking that there was a good chance that he would try to bypass our stuff and then go this way. Oh, looks like Soul Screamer wants to go out there. Interesting. Let's accept. You know what? Let's accept Soul Screamer. Are we able to reach you? We are. You're in March stance. What are you doing? Alright, so I guess we'll be taking Soul Screamer and grabbing Tory Vress and then seeing if we can trade it to Aetain for some permanent alliances. Next time, we'll also be preparing for Nikari. Obviously, I'm going to be calling the episode here because we are very much out of time. We will maybe get a chance to fight Azhag next episode. We shall have to see. Karl, I think you can auto-resolve this, though I'm sure that it's going to hurt. Actually, it wasn't so bad. And we'll occupy the place. And we got another... Ooh! We got a Messenger and a Van Horstman Speculum, which is an area debuff and a fairly strong one at that, especially if we combine it with the Helm of Discord. Very nice indeed. What are you currently using? You're currently using the other Trickster Shard. I guess we give it to you instead of the Potion of Toughness. And then we give you the Helm of Discord as well. No, but I like being able to reposition the Helm of Discord location with the Celestial Wizard. Anyway, not super important right now. Anyway, we'll deal with the rest of Azhag's forces next time to hopefully a sufficient degree that Karak Kadrin will be able to hold them. I still haven't decided whether we're going to want to hold on to this particular province. It could be quite valuable. And it even has a paved roads there because of the gold. And it is built up reasonably well already. We've already got walls here. Maybe we keep this for ourselves, but take Nashrak's Lair and the Silver Pinnacle, and give the Silver Pinnacle and Nashrak's both to Karak Kadrin, although it looks like they're not bordered, so they might not be able to take those. Maybe if we tell them to occupy the Howling Rock directly. I'm not entirely sure. You guys let me know what you think. We'll also try to figure this out as we go. Also, next time we'll try to do something with Peter, although he's kind of in a weird position right now, wherein we'd have to declare war to get a battle with him. But I do expect we'll be seeing Nikari very shortly at the very least, because where else could he be going but to us? So stay tuned for all that. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.